Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be installing the brand new pop and lock plug and play power tailgate lock on a 2017 Toyota Tacoma. Now guys, you're going to absolutely love this product because it still has that heavy duty actuator that we saw released with the last version, but now this one features a plug and play T-harness that eliminates all OEM wiretapping. Guys, this is so awesome because now we are simply plugging into an OEM connector and we are done. It's going to eliminate some install time, some potential frustration, and it's just all around a lot better. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing that you need to do is disconnect the vehicle battery and then remove the 16 screws on the tailgate access panel with a T30 Torx bit. You can see we've done both of these things already, so we've moved on to prepping our area by masking up the access holes to avoid scraping our hands on the sheet metal while we work back here. To give ourselves a little extra room while installing the actuator, we're going to go ahead and move this latch rod. So pop it out of the clip on the sheet metal and then also the orange one on the handle and just push it off to the side. This isn't necessary, but again, it just gives you some extra room to maneuver. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the passenger side mounting bolt. You're going to need your 10mm socket to do this. And once the bolt is out, go ahead and discard it because we're going to be using the one that is provided in the kit to actually mount the actuator. Next, we're going to go ahead and install the actuator. This is the mechanism that will physically lock and unlock the tailgate handle. So go ahead and drop that in and position the hole on the housing over the hole where the mounting bolt was before, and then make sure that plastic post is sitting between that Y lever at the top. Once the actuator is seated properly, go ahead and utilize the provided bolt to mount it and tighten it down with a 10mm socket. If you also moved your latch rod out of the way like we did, make sure to pop it back into the two clips before moving on. Next, we need to remove the two factory grommets for the backup wire harness. One is located at the cross member of the truck bed, and then the other one at the bottom of the tailgate. You're going to need either a nylon pry tool, or we used a flathead screwdriver, just something to kind of get underneath it, pop them out, and once they're removed, go ahead and throw them away. Once the grommets have been removed, we're going to route the tailgate wire harness, which is the shorter one, through the backup camera access hole on both the tailgate and on the truck bed. Then grab the two new grommets that came with your kit and place those around both the camera and the tailgate wire harnesses and pop them back into those access holes. Connect the wire harness to the actuator, making sure there is a tight connection, then bundle up any extra wire and zip tie it to the tailgate brace. Before we move on, I need to point out that you must route this power lock to the driver's side on a Tacoma. You cannot route it to the passenger side like previous versions because there is a connector that the T-harness plugs into that is only located on the driver's side. So go ahead and go up to the cab of the truck, and down below you're going to locate a small nut that holds the driver's side kick panel in place. Remove that nut and then gently pull that panel back, and then also remove the driver's side scuff plate. Underneath these, you're going to see all the factory wire harnesses along with the factory connectors. Now that all of our panels are removed, we are going to locate the IC1 10-pin connector in the lower grouping. It's going to be on the left-hand side nearest the body, and you're going to unplug the factory harness from it. Once that is unplugged, take the male end of the T-harness and plug that into the female end on the connector. Make sure it clips all the way into place and has a tight connection. Then take the factory harness male end and plug that into the female end on the T-harness. Once again, making sure it clips all the way into place and has a tight connection. Underneath the truck, we located the grommet that was nearest the B-pillar, and we went ahead and punched a hole through it so that we could fish the long wire harness through and up along the other factory harnesses that are in the driver's side kick panel. Last thing we need to do before we start routing our long wire harness underneath the truck is to finish our connections up here. So take the fuse harness that came with the kit and plug that into the T-harness. Then take the pins from the long harness and insert those into the connector housing on the fuse harness. Make sure that all of your wires are connected correctly, so blue to blue, green to green, and then go ahead, bundle it all up, zip tie it down, and put your panels back into place. Here you can see we ran the long harness along the factory harness, zip tying every so often. Then you'll connect the long and the short harness in the back and secure it all together. Make sure you test for functionality before you button everything back up. Guys, that was it. This Taco now has a power tailgate lock that functions with the OEM key fob, and because there's a tonneau cover on here, it is now a secured storage space that we don't have to worry about anymore. So thanks for watching, hope this helped you out, and make sure you check back soon for our Tundra install next.